Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video we're diving into the Super Boss against Zoro and Sanji with the Gear 5 teams that I put in my preparation video. So, this particular Super Boss, it's a bit of a doozy, and they've definitely gone out of their way to try and make Gear 5 lack as much damage as possible. Now, obviously, if you guys have the new units, you'll probably want to be bringing the new units. The content's designed for the new characters. However, a lot of people have invested in the New Year celebration, some of these old Super Sugos, and obviously Gear 5 with the Head Start banner. So hopefully today, this video is going to help you guys out with building a team that can do a little bit to the Super Boss. Now, this is not going to be the biggest damage teams, and sure, you could probably build some better Gear 5 teams. I don't doubt it whatsoever, but I just wanted to throw something together with Gear 5 for you guys, because like I said, I feel like a lot of newer players that are trying Super Boss, this particular sort of setup is going to benefit you a little bit nicer. So we're using a 6-star Gear 5 with a friend captain 6-star Gear 5 6+. That way you can sort of just get effectiveness of just passing the turn against the Dex variation on stage 2 and not worry about any of the debuffs. Now, I have included the Ace in the Ace form. That way I can show you guys you can bug stall if you really want to get the Super Swap, but it's not going to give you that much more damage. On the final stage against Zoro and Sanji, they're going to give you an attack down if you're below a if you're above a certain chain. Recovery orbs are turned to damage. And we still have that attack down we have to deal with from the previous turn. So, they also have 6 turns of defense up too, and a barrier for 1 turn at 30 hits. If you remove this barrier, they hit you with a bunch of nasty stuff. They're going to smack you with, like, 5 turns of special reverse, wipe away all your positive buffs, basically all of the cheeky shenanigans you don't want to deal with. But on this stage, we want to swap into Yamato, so we're a strength unit, use the Ace Yamato special and the Robin special. That's going to give us 2 conditional boosts, which is really, really nice. There's also intimidation on this fight where if you use an attack and an orb boost, you lose it by 2 turns. Very, very annoying stuff, and it's why the damage for this team is so skewed, because we're doing this damage without an attack boost, without an orb boost, which is actually pretty impressive. So we're going to use Shiroshi Mancho to remove the attack down and remove the attack down above a certain chain. Make sure to use your Gear 5 before you use the EX. Very important that you do that, so that way you don't remove that barrier. He's going to give you color affinity, which is really, really nice. We can use our friend captain just because. And then we can super swap with Zoro Sanji, use the Zoro Sanji special, so that way we can actually get access to the Super Tandem ability. Now, this does take, no, it doesn't actually. This Super Tandem can be used at level 1, so that's another upside to this particular team, but obviously your damage numbers aren't going to be as high as what you see here. But all in all, like, this damage, it's pretty low, to be honest, from what we're used to. We're used to seeing hundreds of billions, and this particular damage that you see right here, it's really only cracking the echelons of about 15 billion, 16 billion. Sometimes you can do a little bit more if you have your own Gear 5 6+ with the Sabo support and all that fun stuff. You will crack a little bit higher of around 19 to 20 billion, but hey, Gear 5 can get it done, so for you new players, hopefully this team helps you out. Alright, so moving on to the quick variation, no, not the quick variation, the strength variation of Zoro and Sanji. We're using the Gear 5 combination once again. I have included my Gear 5 as a captain and then a 6+, because I feel like that's what most newer players are going to be looking at doing with their team builds. So, we have the Mission support on Gear 5, but honestly, I would recommend taking that off. I was trying some stuff here where I didn't want to swap with Zoro Sanji and Kid Law and then tanky damage, but the way Gear 5's rush works is you need to be at a high HP threshold. Now, I'm using the Germa 66 ship, and as you can see, my HP is actually quite low because I don't have one of every color. When you have one of every color, you do a lot more damage, you have a lot more HP. So, I thought, hey, chuck on the Mistin support, but then I realized, hey, I can just use the Friend Captain special, and that's going to work out hunky-dory too. So, I take off the Mistin support, use the Friend Captain special, and you should be okay, or just use a different ship so that way you keep a lot more HP, and then you can use the Mistim support as well. But if you die on this stage, it actually takes a turn, so just be very careful there. We're using the Jack support on Kaido, that's going to rotate those paralysis orbs, and then we're using our Friend Captain Gear 5, so that way we can get an attack buff. I use the swap ability, so that way I have one of every color, but like I said, if you guys don't do that, you don't do that, that's absolutely fine as well. Just be very, very careful here, because like I said, if you die, it is going to take up 1 turn, and then your swap characters are going to go back into their single forms. It's very, very annoying. But on the final stage, we are basically going to utilize all our specials. As you guys saw, though, I did use Nami and Robin on stage 1, the free-to-play Kizuna Nami Robin, to avoid the immunity debuff that Frankie actually gives us. So just be very, very careful there. Always use Nami and Robin on turn 1. On the final stage, there's 6 turns of defense up. there's going to be a chopper unit with 1 HP. When he dies, he gives threshold, so like you can't sort of pass a turn or delay a turn or do any funky stuff there. He's kind of just like a Y unit. I don't understand why, but I think he's sort of just there because cross guild's a thing, right? Utilizing Zora and Sanji is going to Zora and Sanji is going to kill him, but so is Kid Law. I have the free-to-play Beppo, Bluno, and Sunkun support for just like a little conditional boost. We're utilizing Gear 5 as our Orb boost and our Color Affinity booster. Remember, we have one of every type, so Gear 5 is going to hit very hard. We can use the EX of Gear 5 to apply increased damage taken, and then we can use the EX of our Zora Sanji to give us the chain multiplicative buff. Once we've done that, we can finish it off with the EX of Kid Law. That's going to give us an increased chain multiplicative, plus it's going to give us a tandem orb, which is very, very important, so that way we can activate the super tandem of Zora and Sanji. Once again, you are going to have access to the super tandem if you have level 1, if you have level 2. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get that EX super tandem, so that's always a fun time. Start your attacks with Kaido, then you can move into the Nami Robin, the Gear 5, Kid Law, and Zora Sanji. I tapped with Zora Sanji before Kid Law just so I don't have any shenanigans of tapping or activating the wrong super tandem. But nevertheless, you should be absolutely fine. As you guys will see with this particular team, we do a nice chunky 20 billion damage. Again, not the highest damage that we've seen over the last couple of super bosses, but hey, hopefully it helps you guys out somewhere. And if you guys have got some better team ideas, let me know in the comment section below. But while you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.